Hey, um, I'm Drew, and I'm going to draw my life. So, as most stories start off, I was born when my mother was pregnant after 9 months. I was really, hard to come out for her, so she had to stand up during contractions. On April 8th, 1999, around 8 a.m., I finally popped into the world. As a baby, I was really quiet and wasn't disturbing to my parents and big brother. But that changed after 6 months. I started crying and screaming all the time, and my parents were lucky to get any sleep because I had a weird inner ear thing, and they put tubes in my ears, so I couldn't go swimming without a headband. But I looked like a ninja, so that was cool. I took my first dips when I was around 13 or 14 months old, around the time my mom started going back to work. I was left with my grandmother to take care of me during the day. We called it Camp Nana, and her motto was, "I love you more than life itself." Basically, all I did was watch TV, drink chocolate milk, and eat freezies all day. Camp Nana went up until I was around 3. Then I went to a real daycare. I hated this daycare so much. The food was awful. The toys sucked. And the people who ran it never told me that I wasn't supposed to throw out my sippy cups. The only thing I liked about it was the sandbox. Then my family decided to go to the US to go to my first big mall. While I was there, a modeling agent came up to my family and said I was the cutest thing she ever saw and offered me a job, except I just hid behind my mom and cried. Then I went to AOS for kindergarten. While I was there, I met these two great guys named Derek and Garrett, and we became really close and are still really close today. Also, I met a girl named Kate. She and I were best friends for all of kindergarten, but she moved away summer before grade 1. Grade 1 is when I met Kaylee. She was a great, fun girl, but we never was that close. Grade 2 was when I was put into Miss May's class. She was my favorite teacher I've ever had. She taught me to be myself, and don't forget to have fun. That was also the year I went camping for the first time. I went with all my friends, and it was so fun. I still go camping every year at least 3 times. And then in 3rd grade I met Ridley, and you know who she is, and we became really good friends. And then in grade 4 I had Miss Arekia. She was really hard on me. She called me stupid right to my face, and that really was real hard for me. Grade 5 was really important for me. It was when I had my first girlfriend, and surprise, surprise, it was Ridley. We dated for a 6-month period, and she was my first kiss. And I don't know what that was supposed to be, but I drew it. In grade 6, Kaylee comes in more. We always hung out and we sat next to each other. But she even gave me a lot more friendship opportunities, and I met a lot of great guys, like Liam with really long hair, Alex, kind of short, Luke, the really tall one, and then Zach, the really short one, and other people. I also started doing trampoline, which was my passion. It was so fun, even just for the start when I was landing on my face. But in the summer of grade 6, I had those changes, and I developed serious anxiety issues. It was really hard for me to talk to anyone. I could barely talk to my friends. I didn't really hang out with anyone that summer. In grade 7, my brother was winning all these awards, and I was kind of in his shadow. I didn't really amount to anything important, and I was kind of wondering if what Miss Arekia had said was right. I started getting really depressed, and it was really hard for me to even get out of my house and face the world. In school, I shaved my head because I had really long hair up until this point, and it looked a lot older. It gave me a bit more confidence. And then my best friend Kaylee got her hair cut really short. Then she dyed it black, and before I knew it, she was goth. I didn't really care because I've always been accepting of these kinds of people, but no. But it did kind of make me uneasy when she drew a whole bunch of pentagrams. And this was around the time my parents split up. That was really hard for me, because I always thought that my parents were so good together. But now I'm much more comfortable with the situation, so it's okay, I guess. Also, my voice just cracked. Also, that was the year Ridley said goodbye. You can hear more about that on her channel. That summer, Kaylee started to get some more goth friends, and we are still really good friends, but we have drifted off a bit. The first serious girlfriend I had was early grader. Her name was Natasha, and she was one of the most beautiful girls I've ever met. But let's just say she did bad things. I hung out with her group of people, and most of them were 2 to 4 years older than me. But they didn't care. They said it was really fun to be around, and they didn't care how young I was. That group really boosted my confidence, and I was ready to take on life again. But only a bit more. Me and Natasha broke up because of things, and she was sent away to prisons. But after that, I met another girl, and her name was Adeline. She was amazing. She and I were exactly the same, and we had so many adventures together, and we still do. And then I dropped out of trampoline as a sacrifice so I could focus more on my future. Then we come to graduation. I had almost fully got over my anxiety, and I danced with a couple girls that night. The last day of school was really emotional for all the girls, and it was kind of sad, but I wasn't so sad I was going to cry about it. It was actually kind of awkward. And here, I just talk about my yearbook and stuff, in high school and stuff like that, except it glitches, so I'll just keep on going. If you're watching this, you may have anxiety or be scared of life, but let me just tell you, it gets easier. You might have anxiety and bad grades, you might get bullied, you might not like trampoline, birds, or trees as much as I do. If you're a hipster, a hippie, or gay, it doesn't matter who you are. No matter what, never give up. Find your interests and you can go far, because who do you need? No one but yourself. So be different, be weird, and most importantly, don't be them. So be whoever you want. It gets easier. I'm Andrew Donnelly, and I just drew my life.